World of Warcraft has had a massive impact on the gaming world, as well as myself, since it launched nearly 2 decades ago. And here to give us a glimpse into their plans for the latest expansion, The War Within, the 3-part World Soul Saga, and the next 20 years of World of Warcraft, we have 2 excellent humans, and thankfully not orcs, sorry Horde, from the team at Blizzard. Please, Ian and Tina, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I am Tina Wang, Associate Art Director on The War Within. Super excited to be here and getting to chat with the Xbox community.
Hi, and I'm Ian Hazzikostas, Game Director on World of Warcraft. Really hyped to be here in Cologne at Gamescom, and excited to be part of the Microsoft family. Even though we're just a humble PC game, we've been welcomed into the Xbox fold, and it's wonderful.
No, I'm so excited for you guys to be here, especially as today is such a huge day for World of Warcraft. Can you tell us what's going on?
We got a little thing or two brewing, I think in something like 8 hours and 10 minutes, but who's counting? We're going to be launching early access of The War Within, to be followed a few days later by the global release.
No, I'm so excited for it. And to kind of get it hyped up at Gamescom on the booth over here, we have got one of the coolest experiences I think I've ever had at any gaming booth. It is the Escape from Dalaran, and as like a big WoW fan, it was incredible. Have you had a go?
Yeah, it's like, so this is a 4-minute VR experience. You're like, strapped in to this motorized device. You have air jets blowing in your face to simulate air rushing by you. And you are soaring through Dalaran in the middle of a surprise attack launched by the forces of Xal'atath and the Nerubians that very much mirrors what players are going to experience at the start of The War Within in the days to come.
Yeah, and you did mention that this is the start of a brand new era for World of Warcraft. Can you tell us the new features and what we can expect with The War Within?
Yeah, so The War Within is our 10th expansion, and I'm biased, but it's going to be a banger. It's the beginning of the World Soul Saga, which is the greatest story we've ever tried to tell. And it's a story so big that we needed to make 3 expansions to tell it fully.
Insane.
And so the way this kicks off, champions and heroes around the world have been seeing these troubling visions, hearing things that sound like the world herself crying out for aid, crying out in pain. And as they investigate the source of this phenomenon, that journey leads them towards a land that is known as Khazalgar, a mysterious island off the coast of Kalimdor,
yep,
where they may come under a surprise attack and begin to see the face of their foe, and that is one Xal'atath. And so it starts out as a mystery, and that mystery will lead players into the underground of Azeroth, towards the heart of the world itself, into just fantastical environments, and it's just going to be an incredible adventure.
No, I can't wait. And Tina, I know you've got a load of brand new features that are going to be coming with the expansion. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Ian mentioned the zones. One of the things that we really love about World of Warcraft is that the world is such like a main character of it, right? So one of the key things coming out is these zones, and they're definitely some of the most ambitious and unique that we've ever created for World of Warcraft. For instance, delving underground, that's a unique challenge. And so while we have zones that meet player expectations with like the ringing deeps, where we have ancient forges and lava and these beautiful caverns, we also have an incredible zone called Hallowfall, where we have this crystalline ceiling and the crystal that shifts from light to dark. And then our deepest zone, Azj-Kahet, this is where you will find Queen Ansarek herself, in partnership with Xal'atath, and you get to see the height of the Nerubian Empire.
Yeah, no, and also there's of course, one of the big things with World of Warcraft as well, dungeons. Can you tell us about a few of the new dungeons that we're going to have in The War Within?
Oh yeah, so one of the fun ones that you get to experience as part of the story is this one that's the rookery that you find on the Isle of Dorne. And so you get to experience part of the culture of Khazalgar and seeing these riders, these storm riders. So that one is super fun. And then in Hallowfall, another favorite would be one where you're actually on an airship. So you get to fly around, there's epic battles, and you see that glowing crystal just in the backdrop.
Is that crystal? Oh, so I was going
to say, when we were setting out to build these underground environments, one of the challenges was making sure that it didn't feel claustrophobic, didn't feel oppressive. Like the zone of Hallowfall, it is so vast an underground space that the inhabitants need airships to traverse it. And so it's like when you're down there, it's like you're in this underground world unto itself.
No, and it was really one of the really cool things, we were talking about it a little bit earlier on, was that the crystal changes, doesn't it, to impact the gameplay?
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for. What other features do you have coming with the expansion as well?
Oh, so one of the things that we've built is Delves, which is a new feature for the expansion. And something that is a priority to us for Delves is that it really caters to a group of our audience that historically has been a little underserved by the end game progression loop that we have for those who maybe raid or do Mythic Plus. So these ones, they are outdoor world players, as we call it. We want them to feel like you're adventuring through the world and you come across just this mysterious location, whether you're diving into a sinkhole or seeing some tracks lead into a dark cave. We want you to be able to encounter these and still increase the difficulty level as you play so that you can progress your item level week to week.
So Delves are they're handcrafted experiences.
Yeah.
There are 13 locations around the zones of the War Within, and they're really meant to be a new alternative to dungeons, raids, and PvP as like a new pillar of endgame progression. Whereas before, as Tina mentioned, if you're someone who's mostly a solo player, you have maybe one or two friends, you don't do the larger group content, you could, enjoy the story, you could quest, but at some point your journey would unfortunately feel like it came to a stopping point. And we want to make sure that all playstyles feel welcome and feel like they have progression. And that's something, as we think about the features that we're offering in our new expansion, a lot of it is about playing the game the way you want to play it, having that flexibility to, that caters to your playstyle. So like, a couple of other major features are warbands, which for once unifies the progression on most facets among your alts. So instead of having every character needing to earn reputation separately or their own currency, all of the characters on your account are now part of a warband. So the first thing you see when you log into World of Warcraft, the War Within, is going to be not just one character standing there stiffly, but multiple characters huddled around a campfire representing your band of adventurers that you're taking into Azeroth.
All that grinding, getting all your characters ranked up and leveled up, just seeing them all together would be amazing.
It's honestly quite sentimental to see them all hanging out.
I have to make sure I do all the transmogs all correctly and just make sure they all look great.
Exactly. And then we've already seen people taking screenshots and sharing them of this is your lineup. And then we've reimagined the way flying and traversal work in World of Warcraft. There's a dynamic physics-based system called skywriting that's more than double the speed of what flying used to be back in the day. And so just getting from point A to point B should feel exciting. It should feel like an adventure, and that's what we're trying to offer.
I always used to love that. I still remember the first time Burning Crusade where I got my flying mount for the first time and I had 60% move speed, and I was like, I'll get there eventually. Just give me some time.
Yeah, these are more 600%.
Oh yeah, that's going to be way faster. Just do some tricks and blitz
just
across.
A bit.
Yeah, that's amazing. One of the other big things with World of Warcraft is there was a perception for older players and players that people have never played before. The War Within, you've kind of aimed to change that. Can you tell us a little bit more? What can players expect when they log in for the first time?
Yeah, really, it's features like what we've just been talking about. It's making sure that there is a deep solo experience if that's what you want. If you only have a little bit of time to spare, those delves take 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, if you want to, if you have hours on a weekend, there's an entire world to explore. We have hardcore raids to challenge, the boldest of adventurers and their friends as they coordinate to overcome these challenges. But I think, World of Warcraft is a game that can be played in so many different ways today to suit your, preferred content, play style, available time, and that's something that we really want to just keep doubling down on.
Yeah, a lot of people when they think about World of Warcraft, they think, oh, it's too big, there's too much stuff to do, but really it's it's a world and that everyone can play the way that is fulfilling to them.
Yeah, and there's also opportunities just to hop straight into the new content as well. It's one of the things I've always liked. Our whole Xbox One team, when Classic came back out, we all hopped back in for one of those reasons.
Exactly. And I think as any WoW player knows, a new expansion is the perfect time to come back to WoW. I think the War Within in particular, because of the fact that, it's kicking off this brand new story arc, we've also revamped the new player experience, the level up experience from 10 to 70 that gets you to the War Within to be our latest expansion, Dragonflight.
Yeah.
So if you're coming back or you're coming in for the first time, you are playing the latest, newest content WoW has to offer, learning the ropes, and joining the rest of the world in the War Within.
No, I'm really excited. And also, World of Warcraft, I can't believe I'm saying this, is coming up to its 20th anniversary. What does that feel like being a part of the WoW team and for all the players?
It is, I mean, it is humbling, truly. I've been playing the game for all 20 of those years. I've been on the development team for 16 years now. Like the large majority of my adult life has really been shaped and formed by this game, and it's an honor. And I think, I'm so excited to celebrate that 20th anniversary coming up, but also kick off many, many years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a longtime veteran in the game, playing since the beginning, playing since Warcraft 3, and been on the team like 14 years now. And there are so many of these stories on the World of Warcraft team, and you can see that in what we put out there, just people putting like their passion and their history with the game into everything that we make.
No, it's amazing. Like, I personally love it. I can still remember growing up playing from the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and it's so exciting to hit that 20-year mark. But for players that are looking to get involved in World of Warcraft for the first time and become part of the community, what can they do right now?
Yeah, I mean, so, we're talking about an expansion, but the basic World of Warcraft experience, you can play for free in our starter edition. You can level up to 20. You can experience the start of Dragonflight. And, just go to worldofwarcraft.com, download Battle.net, install it, jump in and check it out.
No, I'd really recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's no surprise it's coming up to the 20-year anniversary. Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the fans?
It's just such an exciting moment, really. I think coming up on 20 years, but also beginning this next step in our journey. The team has been working on War Within for years. We have so many years of content ahead that we have mapped out, that we have planned out. It's going to be this incredible journey narratively, in terms of the world we're building, in terms of the features. And we're excited to welcome everyone in to begin it with us, and buckle up, because it's going to be a heck of a ride.
Yeah, no, I honestly, thank you so much. I've got one also final question. Horde or Alliance?
Depends on my mood that day.
Safe answer.
That is the same. What about you, Tuna?
My mood is more often Horde. Put it that way.
It's shifted over time. Currently, I'm more playing Alliance.
See, that's what I like. Always the Alliance. I've been Alliance since day one, right? And I will stick to that with the War Within. But honestly, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, you taking us through the War Within. But here, also, just a pro tip to avoid your own War Within. Please check out World of Warcraft, the War Within expansion, when it launches August 26th. Also, coming up, we'll give you a tour of the Xbox booth right here at Gamescom. Check out what studios have in store for fans here. And also, we celebrate a decade of Elder Scrolls Online with a look at the latest chapter, Gold Road. We also unveil the real name of Project Birdseye. But first, it's time for a cinematic horror experience. This is the casting of Frank Stone.